Normally on this channel, I would rather goof and have a couple laughs at the expense of other music YouTubers. And it's never really that serious, It's all for the sake of content and it's all jokes. I'm not out here to make friends, but I'm also not out here to make people genuinely angry. But sometimes they do. And right now I'm talking about someone that seems genuinely upset and has all the right to be genuinely upset, and I am not going to criticize them for the amount of upset that they are, because what is happening out here on the internet to Brad Taste in Music is unjust and unfair. Now, Brad Taste in Music is one of my favorite music YouTubers out there. When it comes to a good review, when it comes to a good live stream, this guy knows how to make it fun for an audience. And YouTube was like, nuh-uh, pal, we're gonna send you a very scary warning and maybe you're not able to have your career anymore. Oopsie, haha. And if I'm being honest with you, what Brad Taste in Music does is not infringement. It's not illegal. I think it is fair use. It is also transformative. And YouTube are being jerks about the whole thing, okay? They don't want you to do that. Brad was in the middle of a live stream and YouTube came in and said, we're about to destroy your entire well-being, okay? So instead of my videos about Fantano, instead of like my videos that I do about Finn McKenty, you know what I mean? I'm not coming on here to criticize them like I would Neopunk FM, okay? This is not gonna fall into that category. Brad Taste in Music shouldn't be going through this situation. And if this situation was happening to any of those other music YouTuber bros out there, maybe I would do a defense video of them as well, But what we have here is Twitter.com, okay? Now, Brad didn't want to have to post this video. His channel is at risk. And we'll get to that. We'll watch the whole video. But the most recent tweet is this. Contacted YouTuber support about my channel. And yeah, it went about as horribly as you would expect. Appeal was rejected, and the person who I talked to could not do anything to help. I'm gonna hide away for now for a few days because I can't fucking handle this. Yeah, I can't either, brother. But what is all this about? Let's pull up his video real quick. Before we give this video a watch, I'll just explain who and what Brad Taste in Music is. He essentially live streams music, listens to it, and then tells his chat what he thinks about it, okay? Now, some people might be like, isn't that infringement? Isn't that stealing? Isn't that just like using copyrighted music? And in a way, it kind of is, but he has a very good justification for everything that he does, and I believe it to be fair use. But don't take it from me. Let's do what YouTube is not doing. Let's do what YouTube is refusing to do, and that is give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's hear him out. Let's hear his whole thing about this thing, and then maybe we can come to a conclusion if it's justified or unfair and a total crime. But I'll tell you right now, I do have a strong bias in this, and I think YouTube needs to spend a night in the slammer. Okay, Brad, take it away.
I'm recording this because I'm going to be posting this. This is actually very important that I make note of this. My name is Bradley. I am a music reviewing YouTube channel, and I use the platform of YouTube to be able to listen to, critique, and analyze music live. I do this with events like this on Fridays with new music for no profit. I listen to the music. I'm sorry about that.
You hear that? He listens to it for no profit. He's out there listening to it, to give the audience the right to have his opinion on the music. Let's continue.
I listen to the music for the main purpose of talking about it and critiquing it, where I literally make reviews, I post reviews, and this is an interactive way that people are able to do this. The streams get blocked afterwards, so it's not like it's a free form of just pirating the music.
There you go. There's a great argument for that as well. He doesn't leave the VODs up. You can't just go to the VOD and listen to the new Billie Eilish record. That's not how it's going to work out here with Brad Taste in Music.
And also it is always going back into the pockets of the artist. Now, I just completed a live stream where I immediately got a channel warning.
Channel warning. That is a couple real scary words to put together for any other content creators out there.
Now, this has never happened before, but I really believe that this is not fair. For me, for my content, and for what I do, because I do believe that it falls under fair use, especially for a channel like this where it is about discussing and reviewing music directly.
Yep.
So
nailed it.
Yeah, and
for sure.
I was in the middle of listening to this album and talking about it, and yes, I was playing things out as I wanted an uninterrupted listen to be able to discuss things in a fair and accurate way.
Totally reasonable. Absolutely, for sure.
I had notes that I was writing down for each song that I was going over. This is them right here.
Look at that. That's work. That's putting in the work. That isn't just like providing free music for people. That isn't like an alternative to Spotify. That's not a reason for Spotify or Apple Music to get angry at this guy. This guy is doing the job of a music journalist. Look, here's the journal that he's journalizing inside of. What the hell are you doing, brother?
As I was going through it, and I would discuss and talk about the music afterwards, directly referencing things that are happening in the songs. So there is literally no way for me to do what I do without playing the music, as it is necessary for the context. And in other words, I am now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, liable to lose everything that I've worked on for years over this. Now,
yeah, that's very scary. And to be honest, one of the reasons why I don't run a channel like Brad's is because it's very scary to do that kind of stuff with copyrighted music. I get copyrighted claims here and there, and I use some of the same strategies that Brad uses by cutting a little bit here and a little bit there during the uploads kind of thing. Not putting too much of the copyrighted stuff that the robots are going to notice, but also giving enough of the stuff for the audience to kind of get an idea of what's going on. You got to find that little balance in there. But even doing that, even being meticulous about it, is still very scary, let alone to operate an entire live stream where you're just playing the song all the way through. Me personally, I would be terrified to do such a thing. I would. I'm just being honest with you. But that doesn't mean that he should be like penalized for this, because he's a very particular kind of channel, and all of his arguments definitely do check out. It is fair use. He's not providing a platform for it to be pirated. He's a journalist out there, and what he's doing out here is necessary because it provides context to the commentary. And I know you could be like, can't you just listen to the music like any other reviewer and then review it? Well, I guess he could, but he's Brad Taste in Music, and this is how he does it. This is what he does, and it is I think by all definitions fair use. And I just don't want this to go to litigation or anything like that, because when you that's what I mean, playing with fire like this is very, very scary. But the reason why I'm making this video is because I want to help spread Brad's message as much as I possibly can. I know his channel is about 3,000 times as big as mine, but I do have a tiny little audience that I could share this with as well, and it is definitely topical and relevant and full of all sorts of drama, everything that this channel kind of thrives on. And for once, I'm siding with another music YouTuber. You love to see it. Anyway, let's continue hearing the guy out.
I could, of course, go to a competitor like Twitch, and there would be no issue of this. For the reason that I don't need the VODs existing, I don't need any of that, and I'd be able to listen to it with no problem, but I don't want to do that. I like what I do.
Yeah, exactly. He could go to Twitch, and he could very well just do this whole thing on Twitch, but I don't know, man. For those that don't create content, it's hard to really describe the differences between streaming on both. They're two completely different cultures, two completely different groups of kinds of people on there, and this is the content, and this is the niche, and this is the audience of Brad Taste in Music. A lot of the time, you don't get a split audience where they watch Twitch and YouTube. It's very rare to do that, but most Twitch streamers know that VOD content does much better on YouTube, so then they re-upload it to YouTube. It gets very weird and muddy out there, but his whole thing is on YouTube. It would be basically starting from scratch just to go to Twitch, and I don't think that that's necessarily fair, which is the whole point of this video.
What I do here, And yeah, the fact that now all of a sudden there is a risk involved with me doing this is horrible. It's terrifying. And I am basically posting this to let people know, to get people aware of this, that this is happening. Because, yeah, so with that being said, I am unfortunately unable to continue this stream as is until the appeal goes through. And
Oh, this is pre-appeal. Oh my God. Yeah, that's heartbreaking. He had so much hope. This is a hopeful Brad that we're seeing here. As we saw over there on Twitter, it didn't really go so well for our boy Brad.
I see the result of which, or else they say that I will be basically banned from uploading or streaming for a week, which for me is a really big deal because this is my job. I have
it's a massive deal, of course.
a fiance who relies on me. I have dogs. This is basically how I survive and make my livelihood. And I feel like right now I am, at the risk of losing all of that. It's not fun. So unfortunately, we have to not stream today for the rest of the stream, and likely might not even be able to stream tomorrow as well. So I do apologize to everybody who is here, as this is a very serious matter, and needs to essentially be taken care of. So
Oh my God, no! Wrong button! I hit the laugh track. I'm sorry, Brad. Oh, God damn. I'm sorry I spoiled the last of it there with the laugh track. I just gotta cut in here really quick. As I was loading up the editing software to edit this video, Brad uploaded a video reacting to the devastating news of the rejected appeal. Now, I'm not gonna play this entire video. It's extremely heartbreaking. He's just totally at a loss right now. He doesn't know what to do, and of course I have no advice in this situation either. I have no idea. But the only reason why I found it necessary to cut this in right now is because it is so obvious how much this means to Bradley, how much running this channel, how much having this audience, how much listening to music means to Bradley, and he's feeling singled out, picked on, and being kicked when he's down, with his back up against the wall kind of thing. Now, I don't know how many more cliches I can throw into this, but this is just a devastating situation. But goddamn, the reason why I wanted to make this video is because this message is important, and I know he's not going to take this as me stealing his content by reacting to it in full. Fair use content creation, being banned for unfair reasons really feels bad, you know what I mean? That takes money out of your pocket. That means the end of the month might not look like the same end of the month that you normally are used to, okay? And if you have a fiance, if you have pets, maybe you have to sit down and have a conversation with them, and you gotta be like, maybe things aren't gonna be so clear sailing for the next little bit. That's not a fun time. For me, I have so much respect for this guy for doing what he does, because like I said, I would be scared shitless just to go ahead and stream full albums on stream like that. But he does it thoughtfully and with a very good argument, but I really don't want to see him have to make these arguments in a court of law or go and find a lawyer and do a settlement or anything like that. That is not what you want to see in this type of situation. But when you start talking about copyright, when you start talking about major record labels and everything is on the line, who knows how this could go? But I've been Dan Frampton. This was another video. Please remember to hit like, press subscribe. Go subscribe over to Brad Taste in Music. Show him some support. I know he's taking a couple days away from the internet right now, which I probably would do that as well. But for now, I'm gonna go. Bye for now. Until my next upload, watch another upload.